49th edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast. I'm your regular host, Mark Weber, and here's our regular guest host, fresh off his birthday celebration from What's on Joe Mind podcast. It's my good pal, Mike Irizarry.
I got a 2-pound bag of Skittles.
With lime back, huh?
Yeah, that's right, with lime.
Yeah, you were had a defined opinion about lime versus green apple, as I recall.
Green apple is for suckers, is what that opinion is. In all its forms, green apple candy is for weenies.
I'm not that up on the whole Skittles action online, but considering I saw they ran their own commercial making fun of their bad decision to put in green apple. So
yes, their whole ad campaign was making apologies.
that's a bold statement. So we'll give it up to the Skittles.
All about lime Skittles. Good job, Skittles.
Is lime number one?
It is
out of the bag.
It was for me.
Wow, that's something. I don't know.
It's for me.
Too many other. Usually, if I have a lemon or a lime thing, I'll save it and I'll eat them together, like dots. You get a yellow and a green together.
Well, you were having in for a terrible surprise when that was lemon and green apple.
That's true. Not a big Skittles guy, but if I find any, I'll send them your way. No problem with that.
I got 2 pounds of them. I don't need any Skittles.
You're gonna be so sick of Skittles at the end. Once in a while at Christmas, Mom would put out like a giant bowl of M&Ms, and it was just like, have at it. And you're like, I'm gonna eat every one of those in one sitting. And after about like the third big handful, you just never wanted another M&M ever.
No,
it was just too much.
What I learned at those big Christmas get-togethers is that M&Ms will dissolve completely in Sprite.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
So, but yeah, that's there was one time in college I took a bowl of Skittles and mixed it with a bowl of M&Ms just to watch the world burn.
Oh,
just to get a reaction on that one.
It's like punishing someone for eating your potato chip off your NASA desk.
That's right.
Well, we do have baseball tonight. Eternal Baseball's rolling along, and this week we didn't have any like knockdown, drag out killer matchups, which is a shame because we actually have some division drama coming down the pipe, which we didn't have much in season one. So the most competitive matchup we had is the defending champion Oakland A's, defending AL West champion, are barely hanging on. They're 7 games back of the Twins and Angels, who are tied for the AL West lead. And yes, the Twins are in the AL West. And so that's what we've got today. It's essentially Oakland's last day. Goodness gracious. Got large varmints out here in Rhode Island. Anyway.
Random children have broken into your house.
It's A's Twins tonight. Catfish Hunter against Dutch Leonard. And if you're wondering who we're going to play, let me take some of that. Oh, wrong way. Let me take some of that.
There we go. Little Ricky action.
Little unlicensed Ricky action.
So you're comfortable with Oakland losing this game, is what you're saying?
Probably. They've been really, really bad. Hey, watch this.
Look, we've been really, really bad.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
That it doesn't matter how the team plays.
I got my daughter back upstairs and ready for bed, hopefully. Yeah, the A's have been terrible. They're one of the only 2 teams to ever suffer a career-ending injury in Eternal Baseball. Their second best pitcher, Chief Bender, has been lost for most of the year.
Oh, man, a career ender.
Well, a season ender, at least. They say he'll be back to December 8th.
All right.
So we tend to we reset every offseason. So we'll see him for season 3. And then Ricky Henderson, who was an AL MVP finalist and stole, I think, 155 bases last year, is terrible this year. He's hitting 220 and having trouble finding that lineup. So, but if I'm here, Ricky plays. So we'll be digging into a little A's baseball in a bit. But for now, let me share my screen and we'll take a look at.
We may have to play him like we played Tim Raines last week.
Right. That's the point.
Just bunt when the infield is back and get on base, and then let the legs steal a couple runs.
Was it a good game today in Eternal Baseball where it was Nationals Expos? And I'd like to think that would be a blood match rivalry, not just because they're both in the East. but it's like you tried to take us out, right? You tried to
Right.
knock us out of the whole goddamn league. So
That sets up very well as a blood feud. Yes.
yeah. And Rusty Staub, redhead extraordinaire, cracked a grand salami off Max Scherzer. Right, in a 5-1 win. And I didn't actually know that much about him. I read a little bit about him because he's one of the players of the day. I had no idea he started with Houston. He was a Colt 45.
One of the original Colt 45s, if I believe.
And then became like the original Expo. And he was only there, I think, 4 or 5 years. He wasn't there forever, but they loved him.
Viva Naranj!
They said he was one of the only players who took the time to learn French. So, and it meant a ton to the Montreal community. So there you go. So even though he went on to a longer time, not better years, I don't think, but longer time with the Mets, he's beloved in Montreal. And because Andres Galarraga has been trash all season long, there's been a lot more Rusty Staub at bats than maybe you might have written up in spring training. So anyway, speaking of it, let's take a look here. This is the eye chart we go through every week. And we're starting really looking at the teams on the left, because bright yellow means you're in. You clinched. Birmingham, the Knights clinched 2 weeks ago, and this week the New York Yankees turned to clinch. Even though the Yanks are an astonishing 104-39, which is hard to believe. Even though coming off the heels of back-to-back losses to lowly Toronto, but Jimmy Key and Roy Halladay were in a mood this weekend. But it took the Yanks longer to clinch because Boston is quite good. So they weren't as far back as everybody in the AL South was, because Kansas City.
AL South is trash.
Kansas City 57-86, Texas 40-103, Tampa 51-92. So.
Trash.
Again, Birmingham. Oh, and we want to give a thanks to the Tampa Bay Facebook group who decided they didn't want to carry our updates anymore. So, okay, fine. We won't update you anymore on the bad fake Rays. And you can supply
your crummy franchise and your terrible relievers starting games and your bad shifts and your ruining of baseball. We don't care.
And your Costco ballpark experiment. Yeah. So cool. We've got 3 or 4 other Tampa groups that we can spread the gospel in. So
there's a great value Marlins.
Yeah, that's basically it. Bright red means you're done. And this week we lost the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Boston Red Sox. Milwaukee was already gone. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams gone. 8 teams, obviously, 9 teams actually leading divisions, and then the other 13 are in the hunt. It's still mathematically alive. Some are actually in the hunt. But for the week that was, looking at here, it was week 24. Got 3 weeks left in the regular season. It ends on June 6th, with the playoffs starting on June 8th, just in case we have a wacky playoff game like we did last year. So your notable weeks, Birmingham had a great week, because why not? Houston is desperately trying to chase down Atlanta, who's up, I think, 3 games in their division. And then, was that Kansas City with a death rattle? No. It's above them, Detroit, who's trying to hold off Cleveland, who's been white hot for about a month. But the other interesting thing is Detroit's at 89 wins and Birmingham's at 91. And that's basically a battle for the 2 and the 3 seed in the American League playoffs. And so you really want to, if you can, you really want that 2 seed, because 2 and 3 play each other, but you want home field. So that'll change home field. But we're pretty much settled with Birmingham and Detroit in an ALDS matchup. And New York facing the winner of the AL West. That's either the Twins or the Angels, who are both tied at 73 and 70. So that's what we looked like this week. And let me fire up the old. Here are the standings, in case you're not totally up on your Eternal Baseball. The great ones to watch are the West, because Minnesota and LA are tied. In the NL East, Montreal is only up 1 game on Philadelphia. Atlanta's got 3 games on Houston. Detroit's got 4 games on Cleveland. Pittsburgh 3 on Cincinnati, who survived a disastrous losing streak, something like 12 out of 15, to somehow still stay relevant. And then out here, the East and the South are all wrapped up. So get down to it with a lot of races in play, which I like because we don't have wild cards. So with no wild cards, you really want to have some divisional play. Mean something down the stretch. And
Even if it is just for the right to get swept by the Yankees in the first round.
I mean, that would be the hope. The fear, if you're a Yankee fan, is if they get Minnesota, that means they get Walter Johnson twice, maybe 3 times in a 5-game set. So we'll see how.
Considering how that man threw innings in his day, you might get him 5 times.
Right? You got to watch it in internal baseball. Sometimes they get loose. So here we are. It's Oakland at Minnesota.
Give these guys a day off. They think they're good for another 130 pitches.
I'm going to set it up as both human because I will both human controlled because I want to get Minnesota their the pitcher that gives them the best chance to win. And that, given who's tired, whilst Johnson is tired, also hurt, but we'll be back shortly. Johan Santana was brilliant yesterday. So by ERA, it's Dutch Leonard, and I looked at the A's lineup. They are tougher on lefties than righties. So there really is no reason to hop Jim Cott up over Dutch Leonard. So it is going to be Dutch Leonard. And then
still disappointed there's no Jim Mudcat Grant.
You would think he'd be on the A's, right? With Catfish and
I'm just saying
By the Blue, and
we could have had Catfish versus Mudcat.
It's not bad. I told a kid at school yesterday about the Reds outfield of young Frankensteins, and he didn't believe me. And I'm like, that's what Google's for, my friend.
That would have been 2 animal nicknamed guys, but furthermore, the same animal, just different nicknames.
That's true.
I mean, that would have been fantastic.
So it's like a Highlander movie. With a quickening at the end.
There can only be one, or there can be only one.
So the Twins are going with a lefty heavy lineup against Catfish Hunter. And then we get to pick our lineup. So, they snuck Jim Cott in. Look what they're trying to do. Cott doesn't help you win as much as Dutch Leonard.
Okay. Those sons of...
They're sneaky that way. Okay, so OPS versus right-handers. If it says usage, it means the guy is on track to have more at-bats than he's supposed to. And his number, he is more likely to A, get hurt, or B, play poorly. So there are some A's who've been played a lot. But it is a game of the week, and this is a must-win. So I don't think we're worried about usage right now. So this is ranked by OPS against right-handers. Your best on-base guys are Jimmy Fox at 384 and Matt Chapman at 371. I assume we'd want Fox further down in the lineup and not leading off.
I mean, how is this not Ricky Henderson leading up?
He's 318 on base.
You're the Ricky Henderson guy.
I know, he's just not that good this year.
Do it, man. Come on. Have some faith.
Okay. So that would then Chapman is an easy 2.
That works. Jimmy Fox, nice third.
And McGuire 4th.
Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie's not good.
He's left-handed.
He hits 224 against right-handers.
Reggie.
On the year.
Reggie. It's Reggie Jackson, man.
Hang on. Look at this. These are the overall numbers. McGuire, again, 237 isn't making anybody happy. But 41 homers and 114 RBI.
Well, we can DH him in the 5 hole, but Reggie needs to hit 4th, man. Maybe if we get Reggie with Big Mac, guarding him in the lineup.
Reggie has 400 at-bats and 9 home runs.
It's Reggie, man. It's Reggie.
I want to win this game. But
I understand, but Reggie.
This is all you. Because I would not do that. But all right, let's go back here to bat. Right-handed OPS. All right, so McGuire. And then it wants Ricky will play center, even though he's not that good at it. Oakland doesn't have any dominant center fielders in their history, really, which is kind of odd.
Well, they're used to just sticking Bert Campaneris wherever.
Right. And when I didn't, boy, did I hear it from the A's fans. That puts Al Simmons in left, Bob Johnson at second base, Mickey Cochran catching, and looks like Eddie juiced at shortstop.
Sure.
Weird, I thought McGuire juiced. It's a little redhead humor. It's okay. All right, and we're ready for baseball. Sorry. Oh, I got to turn on the sound. Apologies. Probably means we'll hear it twice.
It's prime time game of the week, man. This is Ricky and Reggie time. This ain't no Tuesday afternoon.
Tonight's game between Oakland and Minnesota. Catfish Hunter will start for Oakland. He's made 11 starts on the year and is 3-9 with an earned run average of 5.09. His third start against Minnesota. He's 0-6 with 5.24 earned run average against Minnesota. He'll be opposed by Dutch Leonard for Minnesota. He's made 23 starts on the year and his fourth.
The organist got me choked up too. Okay.
Right.
His fourth start against
Bob's sitting across the room. He's got a look on his face like he's waiting for me to crash and burn this one.
Against Oakland. It's 64 degrees, wind speed 15 miles per hour, out to right field, and we have heavy rain. Pitching for Minnesota, Dutch, Leonard.
Leading fired up on yellow and green Skittles.
54, Ricky, Henderson.
Rob's got some good ideas. Contract the Rays, sure. And then, yeah, he's seen this movie before. Okay, so play ball. And we got to give control back to Minnesota.
Got kind of a weird camera angle going here.
Yeah, a little bit of a twist. So I'm trying to find better quality photography for the fields, but it's hard to find the fields without players or Boy Scout troops on them. So try not to hit little Jimmy over there in shallow left.
I think you need to have Boy Scout troops all the time.
I love that Miguel Sano's over there. You think he might buffalo through a whole troop and come out bloody on the other side?
He plays defense like a foosball table guy. Bong.
No spinning. That's not fair. All right, so
I think we need to drop a bunt with Ricky, don't we? Don't you?
they give him more credit for bunting than I think he actually had, but he is quick. Mauer's okay. Yeah, I'm all right with it. Look at him run. He's never going to get that.
Third baseman, number 26, Matt Chapman.
We tried.
It's a bit of an optical illusion with Chapman here. I don't remember him having a Sergeant Slaughter chin, but maybe. We'll see.
I think you're just giving the big toothless grin.
I guess I could be it too. Right over the Boy Scouts.
First baseman, Jimmy Fox.
Best line about Jimmy Fox: he wasn't scouted; he was found in a trap.
Pitching for Oakland, Catfish Hunter.
All right, Catfish.
Leading off for Minnesota, catcher Joe Mauer.
Well, our offense stunk that one up.
Yeah, not much going on there.
That's going to change with Reggie, man. It's going to change.
Fielder, Tony Oliva.
Throw him out, Reggie. Oh, boo.
Reggie bobbled it.
Hitter,
Yep.
Heine Manish.
Oh, and here comes Billy Martin to pull him from the game mid-inning.
He'd punch him out.
Billy's not even the manager. What's he doing?
Well, what? They got Art Howe, right?
So I think who do they have managing the A's? Because it's not.
First baseman, Harmon Killebrew.
I think it's LaRussa. Because I think somebody else is
Oh,
managing
yeah,
St.
that makes
Louis. Yeah, it's LaRussa.
I mean, you got Whitey or Red Shadenhaste or whoever it was in the 30s.
Yeah, whoever won all those titles. Okay, so Killebrew up first and third, one out. Hey, no worries.
Whoever it was that kept getting his team to be a sacrificial lamb to the Yankees in the 30s. They're still mad about that, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah. Left fielder, Goose Goslin.
I love they were talking about Yogi this week on a Yankee broadcast and about how he was always good-natured about anything except Jackie Robinson stealing home.
Mm-hmm.
And that when people would bring him that photo to sign, he would always sign it Yogi Berra. And if they wanted Hall of Fame, whatever, or 11-time champ or whatever, he would. He would always end it in caps. He was out. That's solid. Right there.
Yogi knows how to stick to the bit, man.
Yep. I saw a bit with him and
Right
Mariano
fielder,
just
number
sitting there,
44.
cracking
Reggie
on the couch.
Jackson.
Oh, nice throw.
One for Mickey Cochran there.
And Mariano said, Yogi, let me ask you, man. Jackie Robinson, out. Said Yogi. He was out.
Well,
All
I mean,
right,
Jeter gave him that grief for the better part of 20 years.
yeah. They said, I think it was O'Neill who was talking. He said Jeter leaned on Yogi after his 5th title in 5 years, right? And he was like, yo, you have 11, right? Pretty much halfway there already, just saying. And Yogi just said, we'll see. We'll see. And we did.
We did.
So,
We did.
all right, here's cleanup hitter Reggie Jackson, recently promoted up the lineup by new ownership.
He's hot. Look at him.
Look at him go. Take 2.
Although we've won a game on Reggie Jackson's legs before.
Mark
That's true. By
McGuire.
the way,
His steal.
I don't want to lose track of this. Sun Devil, Reggie Jackson. Just
Love a beer.
oh man, this is showing us bad. Looks like 71%. Nobody out. McGuire at the plate.
Yeah, a little low. I don't want to take the bat out of Big Mac's hands.
Yeah, not now. I mean, not saying not never, but not now. Ooh. Still, that might be as general, not specific to this moment. I got to find it's once I get it tilted. I guess if it's tilted towards third base, then I have a better look at first base. But this is a problem when the windows overlap. Oh, look at Big Mac. Going to third. Reggie Jackson. 49% safe if we send him to third with nobody out.
No. Nobody out.
It's Connie Mack in Oakland.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Send Jackson to third? No. We got a rally going.
Left fielder, Al Simmons.
Al Simmons.
Want to take the bat out of Big Al's hands?
I don't think that's going anywhere.
It
But maybe.
looks like right to him.
Yeah.
Second baseman, Bob Johnson.
They called him Indian Bob because I think he was a quarter. Might be wrong. I think it's Cherokee. But as I guess a nice thing for the day. That was just, hey, you're Indian Bob. That's cool. And he was his first year in international baseball. He was amazing. This year, still pretty good. 283, 22 homers, 83 RBIs. Plays second, left, and a pretty bad center, but just as bad as Ricky's center. So he's gotten some time there because Henderson's so bad this year. That is a problem. %42 chance safe if we send Reggie.
No, I don't think we want to do that.
With 2 outs, I think we don't need that.
Catcher, Mickey
Cochran, who Tigers fans swear should be theirs.
They have an argument.
Yes. Boy, oh boy, I found a couple new Mets pages this week. Good for you, Mickey. Oh, send McGuire home, 58% chance to be safe with 2 outs.
What do you think?
Well, next up, we'd be down to like 6th or 7th in the batting order. It's not a great hitter. 50-50.
We're down to 9th.
Are we down to 9th?
So I think we just let him stay at third. We'll let the 9-hitter do his thing. If he comes through for us, I don't know, 58%.
I'm just betting more on Oliva's arm than McGuire's wheels.
Yeah, but it's awful deep. 58%, is it?
58. Oliva has a 7 arm out of 10.
No, in this game, we probably ought to take a run where we can.
All right.
Let's send the big fella.
Look out, Joe Mauer.
Right? Get that barrel rolling.
Out.
Boo.
Oh, update. Joe Mauer is dead. Well, so it's lose-lose. Fine.
Mike Scioscia is seen it standing outside the stadium in the salute.
And Buster Posey is saying, you got to change that rule. Guys are going to hurt. Goose Goslin digs in.
Third baseman, number 22, Miguel Sano.
Oh no, Miguel Sano with a 2-run shot.
That was out quickly.
I was just about to say.
Second baseman, Rod Carew.
If that doesn't tell you all you need to know about the history of third baseman in Minnesota,
Right.
And Washington, that the best one I can dig up is Miguel Sano. Like, ooh.
Look, as far as the bat goes, you're okay.
Yeah.
At least he hit a ton of home runs.
Oh, anyway, I started the story. Found a couple new Mets pages on Facebook and threw up the starting 9, which has the grenade in the room of how dare you put Pete Alonso at first base over Keith Hernandez. And again, it's best 3 consecutive seasons average, so I'm not saying better all time. I think I'm finding a trend here because Philly was just as venomous, maybe more, because it's Philly, about Richie Ashburn not starting in center field. And I'm like, I think it's the radio guys or the TV guys. They stick around, you hear them, they're still part of the team for 20 years, and you can't fathom them not at the position.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Alonso is a guy he's hit 100 home runs in 3 years. I think we got to.
Yeah.
Keith Hernandez was a great first baseman with the glove, and he would hit about high 200s, maybe a little over 300, but
and like 13. He averages 13 homers over his
at a position where offensive production is probably more important than defensive prowess.
Right, and they share time. It's a lefty-righty platoon thing. So it isn't like he's keeping Hernandez off the team. And there are plenty of games that Alonso starts and they're tight late and Keith comes in for his glove, right? So not shaming Mr. Hernandez, but one guy especially, one especially angered Mets fan was like, if you're even suggesting Pete over Keith, you don't know baseball. And I gave him the numbers and he's like, you obviously don't know this, but Keith won an MVP in 1979.
As a Cardinal.
344, 44, and he listed them all up for me. And I said, funny story. He actually won a co-MVP in 79. And I had the picture of him and Stargell both holding up the big dish, the salad plate together. And I said, yeah, but those are Cardinal numbers, right? Like, I'm sure you'd love vintage Pedro on the Mets team, right? But vintage Pedro didn't pitch for the Mets, right? I think you'd love vintage Glavine on the Mets.
Although looking at the comments, Rob does have a point about Twins third baseman.
Oh, let's see.
They're angry that you're dissing Gary Gaetti.
Yeah, I suppose.
He was a pretty good one for a pretty long time.
We had a new kid in class in 7th grade, and he was like, tell us about yourself. And he was like, oh, my name's Ben. I just moved here from the Midwest. I like hunting and fishing. My uncles and me and my buddy Brent, who is Mr. Turn Baseball, are like, yeah, whatever, new kid. If you can't play soccer, you're pretty much no value to us. And then he went, my uncle's a big leaguer. We're like, So the ears perked, and then we're like, yeah, probably not, right? Or maybe a cup of coffee 10 years ago, or whatever. So later on, we went up to the teacher, and because he got out of the class quick, off to his next class, we're like, what was his last name? And she's like, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's Rebeck? Herbeck. It feels like it's missing a vowel, she said. So there you go. To Ben Herbeck, our 7th grade classmate at Cascade Junior High, who apparently wasn't lying. So good for you, Ben, and your Uncle Ken, who once gut-wrench suplexed Ron Gant off first base in the World Series.
Yes, and got away with it.
And Twins fans will argue like crazy on that. So anyway, I'm sorry. Back to the game. Max Kepler. Ooh. I was hoping to be off the wall.
Did Max Kepler just take us deep?
Yeah, Reggie watched it go.
Watched it drift over.
That's Travis. 4 runs for old Catfish. I think it might be time to start looking into this bullpen. lefties who are options here. Lefty Grove, Bobby Shantz, Barry Zito.
Get
The
that,
other one, say again?
get that flake throwing.
Which one?
Barry Zito.
Barry Zito. All right.
Early inning length. That's about all he's good for on that roster.
That's what we need. So Cecil Travis steps in. A's fans were more
Catcher,
mad
Joe Mauer.
that Campaneris was left off because I had Eddie Juice and Jimmy Dykes and Miguel Tejada all on the team ahead of it. Like,
I'm
not,
still kind of stunned about Max Kepler being here.
I think it's just that, it's just that spike run, right? Have 3 good years and you're golden. Mauer giving Reggie a little. Oh, Reggie! Oh boy.
Right fielder, Tony Oliva.
That's 2 errors in 2 innings.
My
Reggie
goodness,
Jackson.
Reggie. For a guy with a 7.
And I thought Ron Garvin was hands of stone. No. Tony Oliva.
Shortstop, Eddie Juiced.
All right, Eddie. You were right. We are down to the 9th hitter here. He got plunked.
Center fielder.
You're upset he's not Bert Campaneris.
I can bun him over with Ricky if you want. I don't know if he'll beat it out. But...
What are we now? 4-1?
Yeah. Early enough, we probably got a swing.
Let's give it a shot.
The bunt or the hit?
Oh, no. So just let him swing. Because we can't turn Ricky loose on the bases with a guy in front of him. So
yeah, that's true. Oh, this is over his head. Look at this.
It's a bomb.
Look at Ricky go to dead center.
Look at Ricky. Pissed that you left him on the bench.
And Ricky's the guy who made this
Chapman.
popular, right? A little peacocking action. Right? Peacock.
Get Rob's comment off the screen, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We know about Gary Gaetti already.
Fair enough.
But who's getting Ricky in the leadoff hole today?
That's a good point.
Now all I need is Reggie to quit dropping the damn ball, and we'll be all right.
But if we'd have DH'd Reggie, it would have put Jimmy Fox at third base, and he is a Benihana chef at third base, and you don't want anybody. And it would have moved Chapman off of third because he's brilliant, which we probably wouldn't have done because he kills righties. Anyway, the aforementioned Matt Chapman hitting it to the goose.
First baseman, Jimmy Fox.
We got a goose, we got a fox, we got a catfish. We did need a mud cat.
We just need a mud cat. I got to get a yellow and a green skittle going.
Oh, that's a good call for superpower. Oh, there we go. Bad play by Cecil
Right
Travis.
fielder, Reggie
And the
Jackson.
fox is loose on the base pass.
Now it's
Or
Reggie.
get your Reggie bars ready, people. Snap throw to first. And Fox is out.
You're a bum, Fox.
Man. And there he is in the dugout, feeling shame. Reggie
Designated hitter, Heine Manish.
Heine Manish. Oh, I should have looked at the pen because I'm sure Mr. Zito's ready.
Well, let's see if we can get another inning out of Catfish here.
First baseman, Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah, Killebrew's better against lefties anyway, so let's tread carefully. Matt
Left
Chapman,
fielder,
one of the few
Goose
10s
Goslin.
defensively. They're pretty stingy with dealing out those 10s. That is Ozzie Smith, Willie Mays territory. You don't see it very often.
But Matt Chapman gets it.
Yep. I think Arenado has it at third, too. A few guys.
Third baseman, Miguel Sano.
So, former home run hitter, Miguel Sano, who's actually rotten against righties. Does he get another crack at Catfish Hunter, or do we bring in the Zito?
Let's see if we can get Catfish. See if Catfish can get one more guy.
Okay. That doesn't have the distance.
That is a little short.
Al Simmons
Pinch hitter,
all
Mark
over it.
McGuire.
Mark McGuire. Well, okay.
Left fielder, Al Simmons.
Tough watching your 4 and 5 guys go down with the bat on their shoulders.
Right.
Second baseman, Bob Johnson.
But now we have Spawn on first base, so Al Simmons should be good to go. Bob Johnson's up. He's a good bunter, but there's only one out, so there's already an out.
Catcher, Mickey Cochran.
Mickey Cochran, 1 for 1 with. Did he have a double in the first? I think
He did.
worried about Simmons over there. Yeah. Run, Simmons.
Second baseman, Rod Guru.
Grounded to Kepler at first. He'll take it to first himself. Okay. So Hunter got through. Are we with him until it's a problem, or you want me I probably got to bring in or sit down Barry Zito at this point.
But Caru's a lefty. Let's go ahead and get him.
All right, Mr. Zito, welcome to the show.
Pitching for Oakland, Barry Zito.
Crew's also an excellent bunter. Do we want to bring some corners in or something?
It sounds like a good plan.
Oh, struck him
Center
out.
fielder, Max Kepler.
I guess Zito likes to announce his presence with authority. Max Kepler.
See,
Yeah, he hasn't had the best year. 229,
You can
13,
handle the blitzkrieg, Max Kepler.
13 homers, 43 RBIs. I don't think he plays all the time. Outfielders. Puckett plays not that much, actually. Seaver's about half the time. Oliva most of the time. Goslin a lot. Kepler about half time. Heine Manouche plays quite a bit. So they actually rotate their outfielders pretty good. Go get it, Ricky. No.
Shortstop, Cecil Travis.
Can't pitch to Max Kepler.
The 9-hitter, Cecil Travis steps up. And Bob Johnson's all over it.
Catcher, Joe Mauer.
2 down. Joe Mauer steps up.
That's all right.
That's what those leadoff guys are there to do.
Tony Oliva.
Single to center.
Ugh.
Mauer to third.
Designated
comes
hitter,
home.
Heine Manouche.
And Heine leads Manouche.
I don't think that one's going to the distance.
That's a big one. When I see the center fielder come in, I thought he was going to catch it. Hey, we have a 4% chance to get him at home if we throw home.
Let's not throw home. Maybe we can get him at third.
Actually, I think we held him
First
at second.
baseman, Harmon Killebrew.
All right, Harmon.
This team can't catch a cold.
Henderson dives to catch. Out chance 45%.
Let's try it because it can't get any a whole lot worse.
Yeah, we pretty much got to make our stand. He did not get it.
No, he did not.
Killebrew's
fielder,
fine with the double.
Goose Goslin.
Any base he can walk to, he's okay with.
Goose Goslin continues to hit parade.
Let's maybe get somebody else up and loose.
Yeah. Throwing home, we got a 35% chance to nail Harmon Killebrew at home. So I think you got to give that a
We
shot.
got to try that.
Go, Ricky. Oh,
Third baseman, Miguel Sano.
bullpen. Well, they didn't make any changes, so I guess we'd still want another lefty since we have a couple. It's like Bobby Shantz or Lefty Grove. Grove's numbers are better. And our righties are Sonny Gray, Scott Perry, and Jack Quinn. So it's not like they're lighting us up.
I like if it's pretty low leverage. So let's get Bobby Shantz loose.
Bobby Shantz. With Joe Slobotnik in the pen.
Right? I just like the opportunity to possibly use a guy named Shantz.
That's where there once grand plans of keeping Oakland season alive are now. Let's see what cool names we can get in the game.
Right. They're quickly circling the drain.
Yeah. They by the way, new Oklahoma quarterback General Booty is at the game today, so that's always good to see. Maybe the best name ever. General Booty.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one.
Eddie Juiced.
I mean, he's the spawn of Josh Booty, correct?
I think he's a nephew. So, but it means he's very regimented when he hits the clubs, or it means that he's just not picky at all, like any General Booty will do.
I'm going to guess more the second one.
Yeah, that's my guess too. He went to junior college first, so yeah. Eddie Juice steps in to start the rally.
Center fielder, Ricky
I
Henderson.
don't think Blue is even on the active roster. He got lit up this year. You know who else got lit up? And you can't believe he's not there. Dave Stewart couldn't get anybody out. He was pretty good in season one. Oh, look at that. All right, Ricky's here to make everything better. There we go. He hits a triple.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Hang on a second there, Matt Chapman. We got work to do.
I think
Not even a throw. He's 64% to steal.
Steal third?
Yeah. One out, though. He's already in scoring position. That might be aggressive.
Yeah. I don't necessarily feel the need to.
Yeah, Ricky's going to score on a single anyway, right? So.
Right.
All right, Matt Chapman, do you think? Look at that. We're rewarded by the baseball gods. Ooh, send Henderson home. Safe chance 56%. I don't need that. He's going to score off whatever's next anyway, unless it's a strikeout.
Yeah, there's only one out. We can afford to.
He might have a better chance of stealing home. Look, 40% steal home. That's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it's Jimmy Fox, Reggie Jackson, and Mark McGuire. Somebody's hitting the ball in the air.
I'm going to let Jimmy Fox swing. No offense. I'd like to see Ricky go. Look how far he is down the line. He's telling Jimmy Fox a secret, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, Jimmy.
He's playing it old school. Jimmy, take a look at Ricky. Look at Ricky, Jimmy.
Jimmy, the only way we get back in this game is if you score Ricky 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Duh, line drive.
Second baseman, Rod.
Oh, and he doubles up Chapman at first. We're host. It hates us so much.
Oh, this game is such a cheat.
Want to see something fast? Pow. I don't want to be on the baseball podcast. Fine.
They never want to be on the baseball podcast.
They do, though. You know they do.
They do. Of course they do. That's why she's been on it for 4 times.
Walking Rod Carew.
Max.
We might be done with Barry Zito.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's time to go get Mr. Shantz.
Bobby Shantz.
Pitching for Oakland, Bobby Shantz.
He looks serious.
Do we have the great onomatopoeia bullpen of Clink and Plunk available to it?
No. I always hated Plunk because he was one of the guys the Yankees got for Henderson. I hated all those guys. Plunk, Polonia, and Cataray. Screw you guys. That was the summer I got to spend the summer in New Jersey at my dad's house, and I wasn't wild about it. And I'm like, at least I'm going to watch Ricky every night on WPIX. And then a week into the summer, they traded Ricky.
A slappy outfielder and 2 middle relievers.
Yeah. And Polonia had more trouble than just being slappy. But, yeah. So, Bobby Shantz. Hey, something Reggie can catch.
Cecil Travis.
Cecil Travis.
Must have hit and buried itself in his chest.
Right. I figure
Right fielder,
we probably need to
Reggie
lower our
Jackson.
expectations from trying to win the game to let's just keep Reggie from killing the Queen of England, and we'll be all right.
That is, I don't know if we can handle that one because Enrico Palazzo is nowhere to be found.
Reggie Jackson digs in. Oh, look at that.
They're going to bury one.
It's gone.
Look at Reggie.
All right.
Look at the two guys I'm putting in the lineup hitting home runs and
I'm
dropping everything.
Mark McGuire.
going to let you Mel Hall that trot because that was your call.
I can pick some great DHs.
There we go. Mark McGuire steps in play. Rain delay. Check your pitches.
Stay tuned for F Troop.
After 56 minutes, we're ready to go. Chance is strong. Leonard is strong. Okay. Mark McGuire hits one of those rare singles to center. Ooh, try for a double with McGuire. 42% chance safe. That's a no.
No.
Left fielder, Al Simmons.
Simmons steps in. Made.
The heck's going on here?
That doesn't quite happen. McGuire to second. Safe chance 51%. No thank you.
Second baseman.
The
Bob
phrase McGuire takes the extra base is pretty rare in baseball.
They seem to be really willing to give us these options too.
Right. You sure you don't want to run McGuire?
That's at least the third time, maybe the fourth.
Bob Johnson steps in. Oh, yeah. Make sure to keep McGuire close over there at first. Run, McGuire, run.
Oh, look at Bob Johnson legging it out.
Good try.
Cochran.
Mickey Cochran. Right at Cesar Travis.
Catcher, Joe Mauer.
Well, I'm glad Bobby Shantz is back because he only got to throw 8 pitches. Great play, Reggie Jackson.
Right fielder, Tony.
Meaning it didn't fall out of his glove.
Right. He didn't try to catch it with his mouth.
He might have been able to. He's a straw that
Designated
stirs
hitter,
drink. Yeah.
Heine Mainish.
Reggie don't play the outfield. Reggie sends his Springer Spaniel to play the outfield.
It's amazing
Shortstop,
he never called
Eddie
himself
Juice.
the Reggie, right? That would have been prescient.
That would have been fantastic, frankly.
A Juice. Sends a harmless fly ball to right, which Tony Oliva makes a
Center
great play
fielder,
on.
Ricky Henderson.
My man, Ricky. Leg that out, Ricky Henderson. He did.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Roll to short. Travis fields it. Henderson can fly. They'll never get him. Travis won't make a throw. Henderson with a base hit.
What's our steal percentage?
81.
Take it.
That's right. Only 52 to get third. So
That's
usual.
pretty good, but nah, that was one out.
I think we're all right. Shows what kind of a year it's been for Henderson. That was his 60th steal. So
First
well
baseman,
behind last year's
Jimmy
pace.
Fox.
I remember the story of when Henderson pulled his hamstring for the Yanks again. But this one was bad enough that he was going to miss serious time, and there was no way he was going to win the stolen base crown. So it was going to be I don't know, 11-year reign snap. And Harold Reynolds was going to win it for Seattle with like 71 steals.
Mm-hmm.
And that Ricky called him from the DL to harass him, that he should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. You shouldn't even accept that 71 steal. Ricky had 71 steals by the break. You watch. Jimmy Fox with a single to center. Ricky scores without a throw.
Easily.
Pitching for Minnesota, LaTroy Hawkins.
Hey, LaTroy
Right
Hawkins.
fielder,
You're gonna love LaTroy.
He's a righty like everyone else, so we don't have to adjust. Fox is 71% to steal, but
2 out.
Reggie to hit, yeah?
Come on, Reggie, to swing that bat. That's on cue. On cue. You didn't give me a chance to finish it, but that was on cue.
Yep. There's a little bit of take me out of the ball game in the background.
I can't hear it at all.
You gotta find a way to pump it up without pumping up the play-by-play guy. All right, Killer Bruce steps in against Bobby Shantz, who's very strong.
He's strong.
Jimmy Fox, it's an adventure at first base.
Goose Goslin.
Fox will be safe, or Killer Bruce safe as Goose Goslin steps in. Shantz to Johnson to Fox. Twin kill. Literally.
Third baseman, Miguel Sano.
Here's Sano.
Pinch hitter,
Apparently.
Mark McGuire.
All right, that's going to be about all for Bobby Shantz pitch-wise. So, next up, we got, if we want to stick with lefties, we got Lefty Grove or Rick Honeycutt. Or we've got Raleigh Fingers, probably saving Eckersley for a primo position.
I like Raleigh Fingers.
You got to go with the stash, right?
Absolutely. That's the only reason I like Raleigh Fingers there.
I told you the Raleigh.
Yes, he's Raleigh Fingers and was an excellent relief pitcher and is in the Hall of Fame.
That's a good point. All right. Mark McGuire leads off with a dribbler to third.
At least we won't have to worry about him trying to take second.
That's a good point.
Simmons.
Al Simmons. That's no. Sounded problematic, but there's no carry there.
Second baseman, Bob Johnson.
Goose Goslin not even moving, just twitching.
Anacorn.
Second baseman, Rod Carew.
Shantz seems okay. Carew is 331 off lefties, 354 off righties. So do you want to leave Shantz in for this guy?
Let's see if Shantz can get this one hitter.
He cannot.
Center fielder.
We'll get our man.
Kepler.
All right, Kepler struggles against righties, so this writes itself.
Pitching for Oakland,
Oh.
Raleigh Fingers.
So have I told you the Raleigh Fingers shave your mustache story?
No.
So Raleigh was fading in the mid-'80s after a phenomenal Hall of Fame career. And he hadn't retired, but he was a free agent and nobody called. So I think it was a week into spring training. He pretty much said, well, I guess that's it. Phone rings, Pete Rose. This is a true story. Raleigh picks him and goes, what's up, Pete? And Pete goes, nobody signed you? He was like, nobody, man. He was like, do you have anything left? He said, look, I'm not what I was, but I can still get guys out. And your pen's not great, so... And this is, I think, player manager at the time, 86, right? Pete Rose?
Ouch, yep.
And Pete said, I'll talk to the GM. You gonna be home today? Yep. Okay, stay by your phone. Cool. So the GM calls later and goes, hey, Pete talks to me. We'd love to have you come down to spring training. I will fax you over, or fax. We'll send you over a contract. Da, da, da. His contract arrives pretty quick, and he looks at it. He calls him back, and he goes, I'm cool with everything here. The money's fine. The non-roster invitee thing, fine. I'll make the team. I'm not worried about that. What is this about shave my mustache? And they're like, well, the Cincinnati Reds have a very firm no facial hair policy. So that's just boilerplate. Everyone shaves their beards and mustaches before they come to the Cincinnati Reds.
Which is bizarre because their mascot has a mustache like Raleigh Fingers.
And that's what Raleigh Fingers told the GM over the phone. Your mascot has my mustache. And he said, I realize this might seem awkward, but these are the rules. So are you retired or are you shaving that mustache? And Raleigh said, yeah, I'm retired. Click. So there you go. The mustache over probably a terrible final year in Cincinnati. So
that's the right call.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Meanwhile, back to the game. Rob Cruz at 85% to steal, and we're not going to let that happen. So we'll 83.
Try one more.
52. That's better. Max Kepler steps in. Reggie warming up to the whole glove idea.
Shortstop,
Right.
Cecil Travis.
Cecil Travis.
Reggie's putting the love in glove.
Catcher, Joe Mauer.
Oh, that's getting through. You can tell by the sound.
Right fielder, Tony Oliva.
All right, Tony. Crowd likes it.
Reggie's under it.
No, he's not. He's reading the rebound.
I'm trying to talk my way into this, man.
Throw home, 13% chance to get Mauer. Sure.
Let's give it a shot. We're going to lose by more.
Right. Safe. Oh, we can challenge the call.
Do it.
Hells yeah. Safe. The ruling on the
Designated
field
hitter,
stands.
Heine Mainish.
Screw you.
Pretty much a pop-up window is how much do you want to be disappointed? Raleigh Fingers doesn't have it today. Throw home, 15%? Sure.
Do it.
It's 11-5 in the 8th. Oh, cut throw to second, 41%. There's the win.
Is it really?
Yeah, because he's dead. Oh, he's safe
First
anyway.
baseman,
It doesn't matter.
Harmon Killebrew.
I'm just amused at this point. Yeah, Harmon, what do you got? Oh, wild pitch. Throw to third. Out chance 11%.
Do it. Maybe he'll go into left field.
He's safe.
I was hoping he'd airmail that into the left field bleachers.
Hey, he struck
Catcher,
out Killebrew.
Mickey Cochran.
Well, if we start a rally, we'll have to get somebody up in the pen because Fingers is worn out from that one inning of 7 batter relief, I think. Let's just check the roster to make sure we're doing everything we can. Yep. Our next best hitter is Jimmy Dykes. We might use him over, well, it suggests Ricky or Reggie, but I'm thinking that's not happening.
Heck no.
So Mickey Cochran strikes out.
Shortstop, Juiced.
Eddie Juice. Keeping the dream alive.
Center fielder, Ricky Henderson.
3 for 4 for my man Ricky today. 1 out in the 9th, down 12-5. Dribbles one towards third. They get him at second.
No chance.
No chance.
Matt Chapman.
Look, down 13 runs, it doesn't make any sense for Henderson to steal. Or down, 7 runs.
Doesn't make any sense for him to stay in one place either.
I suppose. We'll give him second. There he goes. Safe.
Easily.
24% to get third. Okay, I get it.
Man.
Matt Chapman. Ooh, down the line. Ricky going to score again.
First baseman, Jimmy Fox.
Jimmy Fox, 2 for 4, steps in, down 12-6. That looks like a single to center.
Get on your horse, Chapman.
Look out.
Reggie.
Minnesota, Frank Viola.
Frank Viola
Right
comes
fielder,
in
Reggie Jackson.
to face Reggie Jackson. Now, I'm just to show that we did this experiment. That's a lefty.
It is.
Dykes and Steinbach are not bad. Canseco's not bad. Reggie is down here against lefties. 224 against lefties, but he is Reggie Jackson. So, but if you want Tejada, Canseco, Steinbach, or Jimmy Dykes, they've got a better OPS against left-handers.
Well, let's look from
But if we're coming all the way back, Reggie might have to bat again.
Yeah, I just don't like pulling Reggie for any of those guys. None of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Reggie Jackson's in the Hall of Fame.
I'll give you that. All right, Reggie.
Now he's going to strike out.
Well, yes, but he hit the ball.
Oh, hey, that's a win right there.
It's not. It's the reverse, but
look, that is considering most of the time when we talk ourselves into letting somebody hit.
Yeah.
Next thing we hear is strike 3.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the fact that you put a bat on the ball.
Minnesota 12.
Not going to call that a win, but it's progress.
Dutch Leonard is the winner. He is now 15-9 on the season. Catfish Hunter gets the loss. He is now 3-10. Ricky Henderson hit home run number 17 on the season. Reggie Jackson hit number 10. Max Kepler hit number 13. Miguel Sano hit number 24. Time of the game, 2 hours, 57 minutes.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Time of the game. Well, Ricky had a big game at leadoff, which was your push. And you know what? I'm going to say Reggie Jackson, 2 for 5, 2 runs, a run scored, a homer.
Yeah, Reggie left the yard.
If it wasn't for his 2 errors, I'd say it was a pretty good game.
He did make a sparkling play in the outfield as well.
That's true. 2 errors, 2 strikeouts, a homer. Again, couldn't take your eyes off him.
And
excitement, right?
And the Queen is alive.
The Queen's alive, so we're going to take that as a win. Minnesota fans can thank me because I'm the guy who said you got to have that Dutch Leonard in there today. And he's your winner, his 15th win, after giving up 12 hits in 6 2/3 innings. And 5 earned, but okay.
Yeah. If the top of that lineup is going to hit like it hit today, then whatever. You can give up 5 in 6 2/3.
Later in the game is Tony Oliva, 3 for 5 with 3 RBI. A double. Oh, wait, no, not a homer. Anyway. So there you go. Best we could do. Apologize to our Oakland fans out there, but it didn't quite feel like your year anyway. So hopefully we'll have 2 contenders next week on Eternal Baseball, so we can totally capsize somebody's season.
That's right. Somebody must be torpedoed. Although, we thought we did that to the Expos last week, and they retook the division lead.
Yeah, that's right. And they never want to see us again. Never.
I mean, we did get them that rare win though.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's like 2 wins.
I don't feel like we're bad luck, really, because I think we make good decisions. We just seem kind of cursed.
No, we're terrible luck.
Yeah.
We're terrible. That's the definition of luck. Bad luck.
Yeah, I guess.
We really don't make bad baseball decisions. There's a couple that maybe there's different ways to handle it, but we don't make awful decisions. Like pinch hitting for Reggie at the end of the game there, down 5. Whatever.
Yeah.
The textbook says you go and get the righty, but you're down 5.
Yeah.
And you might as well let your Hall of Famer swing the bat.
Yeah. And if it was real baseball, you'd have to deal with Reggie in that room overnight.
I'm not saying you can pull him, but you're also going to have some teeth pulled.
That's right. Which is no fun. So
no.
We apologize to the A's fans. We did our best, but boy, that Dutch Leonard, way too much. Just too much Dutch Leonard today. And Frank Viola coming out of the pen for a third of an inning.
Right. Just to get Reggie.
I think he threw one pitch.
Just to get Reggie.
Well, good for you.
He brought plus stuff.
Yeah, he was ready for more. But
he was dealing on that pitch.
Yeah. Well, we're down to, what is it now? These teams have played 144 games, so only 18 games left on the schedule. We only play 6 games a week, so that's 3 weeks. So we're getting down to it in Eternal Baseball. Again, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. You can always find out more about Eternal Baseball at our homepage, eternalbaseball.com, or on our Facebook or Twitter feeds. They're easy to find. Just look for Eternal Baseball. If you like this game, but you'd like to see your team play, it's our 49th game of the week. So you can probably find your favorite squad in a vintage edition. Just go to YouTube and search for the Eternal Baseball channel. Give it a click, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Hey, we like all that stuff. And speaking of liking, clicking, and subscribing, what Mike Irizarry really wanted for his birthday yesterday was to host Eternal Baseball, done, and then to bring some more Lucky G.I. Joe fans to the world of his podcast, the longest running G.I. Joe podcast in history. It's called What's on Joe Mind. Tell us all about it, Mike.
Well, you say his, but it's ours.
Yeah.
I mean, with the lovely Joe Colton and sometimes even Racktime Rob, who is waving on the other side of the room over there. But yeah, it's What's on Joe Mind. We have a vast library of audio-only episodes, and then about 2 years ago, we made the switch to live streaming here on the YouTubes Friday night at 9. So if G.I. Joe happens to be your particular action figure bag, well, we need to be your action figure show.
That's right.
That's so again, the name of the show, What's on Joe Mind, Fridays at 9. It's 2 hours of news and community new calendar and fun and frolic. And we're much better at doing that than we are at managing the Oakland A's. So don't let that be any kind of an indicator.
If we were as good at baseball as we are at What's on Joe Mind, nobody would watch this because it'd just be boring, man.
Right. We'd have been out after 6 months.
Yeah, people would be like, yeah, who are they going to cream this week? Like, come on. So
but yeah, next week is do we no we don't have a guest for next week. I'm sorry. We almost did already, but we not yet.
Yeah, we got a couple who are vying for the position, but we got to determine which way we want to go.
Right.
It's not just any old schmo who make it on What's on Joe Mind.
Right.
So.
No. We almost had another launch to cover. We have a lot of friends that put together projects. For example, last week we talked to Grindstone Toys and our friends Troy and John on their Kickstarter launch, and before that was we've talked to all kinds of other folks who we've got in the Rolodex through years of networking in the G.I. Joe community on their project. So it's not just G.I. Joe. I'd call us any G.I. Joe adjacent property is also we touch base with that as well. So yeah, come on out Friday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, and catch yourself some What's on Joe Mind.
It's always good to listen. We're still waiting to hear back from Channing Tatum's people, but we're optimistic.
Does he remember what G.I. Joe is?
They said they got our email, so okay. Anyway, that's it for the Eternal Baseball Podcast. Thanks always to Mike for jumping in, and we will see you next week on the Eternal Baseball Podcast. Well, the TV decided to pop live, and I see the Rangers and Penguins shaking hands.
All right.
And
you know what's also live?
What's that?
The Eternal Baseball Podcast.
Oh, hang on.
You probably want to hit a button.
Yeah, well, let's go Rangers anyway, and we'll see you next week on
the Eternal Baseball Podcast.